What made you decide to lie about it? Like, what kind of, I'm assuming that it came from some type of insecurity, or maybe somebody said something in the past about your height.
I get bullied because of my height. I have insecurities about my height before.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that makes
It's
sense.
just years ago that I learned to embrace my height because I think, oh, this is me. I was born like this. I was born short. So you just have to embrace being short. So right now I'm enjoying being short.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I talked to Roy when he came back, and he looked so happy.
Yeah,
He
he
was
is.
he was beaming like a bright light. And I said, well, it looks like you had a nice honeymoon. And he was like, it. And he was just telling me how pretty you are. And he said it was so nice to, like, smell your hair and
Yeah.
like actually touch you, see you in person. He was so happy about that. And I've been his
Yeah.
friend a very long time, and I've never seen him happier.
Well, how many years you've been friends with Roy?
I actually met him in 2010. I think the thing that I like the most about him, especially being a male friend, is his emotional intelligence. He's definitely one of the friends that I feel I can be more emotional with. He's really funny.
Yeah, he is. He's intelligent, very intelligent.
And I told him he's a Renaissance man, because sometimes you find people who are like very, very intellectual only in one way. Like they are very smart about like math and science or something like that, but they may not be very artistic. Or somebody may be very artistic and they're not good in that. And he's good at all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot from him.
You know, Roy is the one who really pushed me to do this, like drawing. He kept pushing me to do it. I unleashed my talent since I met him.
That is so nice.
Yeah, I never imagined that I can play guitar. I can play ukulele, and then I did some paintings before, but it's nothing. It's not like his painting.
I think that's the best thing in the world, to have a partner who brings out the best in you.
Yes, it is. I told him that I think you are the man that I'm looking for, that it's very supportive, can be the best person that I can be with you, because you keep pushing me to do it. Sometimes I just but come on, you can do it. So they like, I can't do it. I keep saying I can't do it, but he has more confidence in me that I can do it. I don't have confidence, but he has. I think he believes me more than I believe myself.
It's very good to have a partner that they just have your back, and they see the best in you, and they encourage the best in you.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing, and I'm so happy that you and Roy have found that. That's how he is. I actually do have some questions. I know that Roy is an atheist and you're a Christian, and so
I'm a Catholic.
How do you feel about that?
We talked about religion at first. That's one of the questions that he asked me. So he said that he's an atheist, and I'm a Catholic, and I said it's not a problem to me. I don't think that's a big issue between you and me, because that's your belief, and this is my belief also, that I believe in God, or I believe in religion. So I respect that, and you also respect me. So I don't think that's a big problem. I don't push him to believe.
My husband said that he just feels like belief is a personal thing. He doesn't believe that it's something you can push on people.
Yes, exactly.
When we first talked about children, we talked about, well, how are we going to raise our kids? Are we going to raise them with no belief, or raise them with belief, or how is it all going to work? We got to make the decision of who we wanted to be and what we wanted to believe. And that's
Yeah.
kind of how we plan to do with our children. So have you and Roy had that conversation as well?
Yes, we had these conversations. So, like I'm a Catholic and he's an atheist. So how about our kids? And he said that if our kids want to be Christian, I don't mind. It's not a big issue for us. So in the end, if our children grow and they have their own understanding about religion, they can switch it to whatever they believe in, or whatever faith they want.
And there is one thing that somebody asked me a long time ago when Jerry and I were first dating, and they said, well, wouldn't it just be easier if he was an atheist? And I'm like, I don't know, because what if that made him a different person? So if my Christian husband was different as an atheist, I love him just the way he is. So
Yeah.
I don't think that making him believe something else would make it easier. I love him.
Yeah.
The way he is right now. I wouldn't want him to change.
Yeah, you don't love him by his religion. You love him because of who he is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's funny because when you and Roy began talking, I think he had only talked to you once or twice at this point. And he said, Tiffany, she's the one. And I said, wow, really? And he's like, yeah, she's the one. And I said, well, how do you know? And he was like, I just feel the connection already. And so he's like, is this too fast?
It's too
And I'm
fast.
like, you can't ask me, because I told my husband I loved him on the first date. So
Yeah,
like,
it can happen.
I kind of feel like if you feel it's right and you feel it so strongly the way you two obviously did, just why not?
Yeah, why would waste time?
I feel like you have more to lose and wondering why you never did it than if you just tried it. I do have another question. Saw the difference in your height.
Yeah. What about our height? Did he tell you about that? I lied about my height.
Yeah.
When we started chatting on Messenger, I told him about my height because he asked, "Did you really 4'11"? And I said, maybe 4'9" or 4'10", but my height is negotiable. It's something like that.
It's negotiable.
It can be stretched out.
What made you decide to lie about it? Like, what kind of, I'm assuming that it came from some type of insecurity, or maybe somebody said something in the past about your height.
I get bullied because of my height. I have insecurities about my height before.
Yeah.
Years ago that I learned to embrace my height because I think, oh, this is me. I was born like this. I was born short. So you just have to embrace being short. So right now I'm enjoying being short.
Yeah. I actually am an advocate for body inclusion, which is basically recognizing that people are different sizes, and that's okay. And because a person is big doesn't mean that they're lazy or that they're eating wrong or they're doing this or doing that. So I do a lot of advocacy around that.
5'5" is an average height of American women in the US. What about my height?
I do think that people would probably look twice at you and Roy because there's such a large difference between your heights. I also think people will think you're younger because you're small.
Yeah, that's when I get there and then I'm sitting in the front seat and then maybe the cops will stop. Why do you have kids in the front seat? Yeah.
Hope not.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
let me
then
ask
I will just have to bring my passport all the time so I can show it to the cop. I am his wife. I'm not his kid.
let me ask you this.
Oh
Have
my
you
god.
had your first disagreement yet? Your first fight?
First fight? We didn't have our first fight yet.
Okay.
We had it. I don't consider it a fight. We had our discussion about something,
Mhm.
but it wasn't a fight.
Oh.
So I don't know what's gonna be if we have our first fight.
So Roy told me that you wouldn't mind being a housewife. How will you keep your own identity?
I will still do the things I wanna do, like my singing. Well, I'm not a good singer, but keep doing my things that I do right now, like playing guitar, playing ukulele, my paintings, my drawing. But I am a homebody person. I don't have a problem being at home, being a housewife, looking after the kids.
Let me ask you this. When you get to America, what is the first thing you want to do?
I probably ask him, can we go to the mall? And I want to spend that time with you first, familiarizing the house and you know how you are inside the house, because it's gonna be a new environment to me, the neighborhood. So there's gonna be a lot of adjustments for me. And then yeah, after that, gatherings with friends and family.
I feel like since you're my best friend's wife, you're family now.
Thank you.
My next question is, do you have Halloween in the Philippines?
Before, we don't really have a Halloween party, but I think we acquired it from the US, you know. So some people are celebrating Halloween.
Well, it was so nice talking to you.
Yeah, nice talking to you, and I really appreciate your time. So that's it. It's Stephanie, Roy's bestie. Now I'm glad that I get to know more of you. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Have a good night.
Thank you. Have a good day.